Are you growing in soil or cocoa, or are you synthetic, organic, autoflowers, photo periods? What's your style of guerrilla growing?
Right, so basically, for the main uh, part of doing it, I'll start from right at the beginning. So obviously, as soon as I pot up my plant, I'll use peat pots. Jiffy, the actual company Jiffy, do these pots like like you ever see in the garden centre, you see like the cardboard little pots, biodegradable ones. Instead of it made out of cardboard, the cardboard doesn't keep well. The peat pots are made out of obviously dry peat. They actually work very, very, very well. I can show you one. And these pots are excellent. Nice small pot just for getting them started. They're great. You should just need to find yourself a nice, even like a seedling mix or a light cocoa mix, just something just to get them started. That's just not very important. You don't want it to be high in nutrients or anything at all. Obviously, with outdoors and growing, you need to make sure because obviously the climate out here is really, 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 really bad. It's very like high northern, so 52, 51s right up north. So you want fast finishing strains. You don't want anything auto flowers. They can be done, and you can probably get two lots. But the amount of flower you get and how nice the flower ends up coming up is not very good outdoors in England, I find. Where for the fast finishing ones, like they are like more time people can end up breeding them, so they end up finishing in like 45 to 50 days, or some people end up crossing a photo period with a auto, and it gives it the fast finishing trait. So normally, where if you planted out a normal seven, well, I say 8 to 9, 10 week flowering one, give it end of October, November, there's a chance we could have had frost already. There's too much rain throughout October here, and the weather's just terrible. And that's the most crucial part because you want nice sunlight and warm and dry, so the buds can finish up nice. So with the fast finishing ones, they end up starting mid-August, could be start of August, and by this all throughout September, you can then harvest the fast finishing ones because you end up coming in just that month earlier what we need to obviously get perfect plants, and they still do grow huge. I get at least 7 foot plants, and they are lovely, man. Like, yeah, they're great. And for obviously it's all living soil, so I dig a like maybe like a 5 litre hole, like a 5 litre tub hole, and I just filled it in with just compost that I can get hold of. um you can get like a ton bag of like big massive like bag of big bag of like I think it's like a yeah like a ton of compost, and obviously I bag that up, take that down to the spot, I whack a bit of that in the holes, a little bit of perlite, but I feel like the season coming now, I'm not gonna keep out the perlite, don't need it in there. It's just gonna ruin the natural floor. I use chicken pellets, the chicken manure pellets. I use bloodfish and bone, kelp meal, gypsum, insect frass, um, my own worm castings, my own garden compost I've made, worm teas. This year, I'm now going to be making. I'm just about to brew a EMA solution, which is blackstrap and molasses inoculated with EM1. So that'd be nice to try that out on them out there. I also brew my own compost and compost teas and extracts and stuff like that, and I go out and give them all that, so they're all just thriving lovely down there.
This clip is brought to you by Vivo Sun. Use discount code MrGrow15 to save on any of their gardening products. Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.